Aloha mai kaua o DJ Mermaid keia a I ke oe ua kako ia kahiki ke hoʻolele ia keia pukana ma ka pūnai vele e nā hoa me nā lālā o keia kahua lekio I lulu kala mai ia mako. No leila, he leo mahalo keia ia oko e nā lālā a I nā a ole oe he lālā mai kali a pauna niho a e hui no me kako e nāna paha oko ma hawaiipublicradio.org a mahalo nui. Ano ai me ke aloha ia oko pakahi a pau. I'm DJ Mermaid, Paige Okamura, on this first episode of my new show called Hawaiʻi Kulāiwi. Every Sunday from 6 to 7 p.m. I'll be highlighting the composers, artists, moʻolelo, and the history of our homeland, our Kulāiwi, as told through our mele Hawaiʻi. I'm so excited to be here with you folks. No leila e kipa mai, no kahale. We'll be right back after the news break with this first episode of Hawaiʻi Kulāiwi.
Ia ni nau ia nau, e Hawaiʻi no oe. Aia nae I hea la ko mahele Aina. Aia ke hao ia nei e keu malihini. Ha ha ha. Ei a ka upane I ia kuai. Mai kinohi mai a I keia wā ano. O Hawaiʻi a puni ku Aina. I laila e moe mei nei nai vi o ko umau kupuna. Hei vi a leho. O Hawaiʻi holo o koa. O ia ku Kulāiwi.
Ka piina a ka lā I haeha ae a I ka mole olu mole ua e au ko ka he mamo aloha na aloha o Hawaiʻi Kulāiwi mai nā kupuna mai ao he mea lana e kuai I ke ewe o kumauiwi e o lau I kukulahui ke kuleana o ka uiwi o ka iwi a kana moʻolelo e Hawaiʻi au mau a mau I haeha ae a I ka mole olu ole ua e au ko ka mae he mamo aloha na aloha o Hawaiʻi Kulāiwi Aina kupuna mai ao he mea tana e kuai I ke ewe o kumauiwi e o lau I kulahui ke kuleana o ka uiwi o ka I a kana moʻolelo e Hawaiʻi au mau a mau e Alama o Hawaiʻi Kulāiwi Aina kupuna mai ao he mea tana e kuai I ke ewe o kumauiwi e o lau I kulahui ke kuleana o ka uiwi o ka I a kana moʻolelo e Hawaiʻi au He Hawaii au, mau.
Aloha mai kako, wano keia o DJ Mermaid, Paige Okamura, with my new show, Hawaiʻi Kulāiwi, every Sunday from 6 to 7 p.m. here on member-supported Hawaiʻi Public Radio 1. We opened up the show with a mele entitled Kulāiwi, written by Kumulale Kauanoe Kimura, reminding us that if we call Hawaii our homeland, then we have kuleana to our Aina. And that's basically what I hope this show will do for you all every Sunday evening, is a deep dive into the history, the moʻolelo, our hakumele, our composers, and our artists of our mele Hawaii, especially if you call Hawaii your homeland. So I am going to follow that up with an introduction to my homeland as told by Papa ʻAilā, Papa Louis Johnson ʻAilā, who is a native of Wailua. Nowadays you might know that last name and think about Waiʻanai, but Papa ʻAilā talks about all of the things that one truly from a place would know about that place. In this case, he talks about Wailua and Kaena and the Waikumu'ole, which is a water source that has on the surface no source. It comes out of a rock, but only if you are a native of that place would you know where to find it, because that's the value. You know where to find the water in Kaena, which is such a hot and dry place. So these are the stories I hope to bring you every Sunday when you join me here on Hawaiʻi Kulāiwi. You can find a full set list online at hawaiipublicradio.org. In this excerpt, this is actually from the Kaleo Hawaii interview done on April 3rd, 1973 with Lale and Papa ʻAilā. And you might not speak Hawaiian, but I think it's important that this is heard over the airwaves here on Hawaiʻi Public Radio, and you'll be able to pull out some things, I'm sure. I have faith in you.
Aloha kuana oi nā poʻe Hawaiʻi kei ahi me ke kahi mele pa.
Ai.
Mamu no kakau wala au ana.
Kau hi mene mu i ke po e pila no ko Aina mai Kaleo Kaena a pau hopu o ila Waiehu o ahone. I ko umura maula o pio lo he wo I ko upo e ke kuana na po e o. I po e himeni ki mo himeni mai Kaleo Kaena a ho e ko ia pai a I kwailu I Waiehu. E kolo ke po himeni. O e himeni mo na o himeni o Kaleo Kaena. Pau a ko I kum ole. O hoi. He ana keia makapali mahapi ho pali o koia pai. He ana keia a maku hoku mo wei ko maku mana kamali pi mo na maku yu ko ke ana. A ko I wi mo na maku I ro ke ana. He vai po haku ko me hon ho ino pai lela mai ki au ko hi ko mai. A ko wei po mai la ko wei mai po haku mai. A hi ai ke ike mai hela mai ke wei po ko mai. A oi ko mai kapi ai ke lau hai ko wei kumu ole. A pau a hoe me ke hu kai o puena a oi plena pau ka uhimini
Ai mahalo
Kaleo Kaena hui ai kaua ke aloha vela ko aloha yo unei a au ko leona ona I hoa pili no ka Aina malihini I hoa pili no ka Aina malihini Kaleo Kaena e hui ai kaua ke aloha vela ko aloha yo unei a Ai a hoi au, ko le ona ona. I hoa pili no ka a, Aina malihini. I hoa pili no ka a, Aina malihini. Nani na hono o Kawai kumu ole. Ku kila kila la i ka opua. O ku pua lehua a kau mai luna. A o ka hene Hawaiʻi olu lana mahali. A o ka hene Hawaiʻi olu lana mahali. Nani na ono o Kawai kumu ole. Ku kila kila la i ka opua. O ku pua lehua kau mai luna. A o ka hene Hawaiʻi olu lana mahali. A o ka hene hene vai olu alana mahali. Ai ai vai alua ma e kehe i ke ahu. Ke hukai o pua ena me ke one o mae aea. Ai ai vai alua ma e kehe i ke ahu. Kau hukai a o pua ena me ke one mae aea.
Mahalo nui ke ia mele kahiko o ka Aina.
Hanohano Haleʻiwa Kukira Kila Kahokele Ku Ikaliwa He makana hiva hiva No Come on.
Kaena, performed by Pua Almeida, who is Uncle Johnny Kamealoha Almeida's Hanai son, off of the album Hawaiʻi, a musical memento of the islands. And before that, you heard Hanohano Haleʻiwa, the Aloha Pumehana Serenaders, led by Daryl Lupenui, but with Uncle Ainsley Halemanu, Lanakila Manini, and Wendell Silva. I've now introduced you to my Kulāiwi through just a few mele. There are a couple more, but we're gonna move on. But all of these mele remind us of all the place names and the history and the stories built or really woven in them. Hanohano Haleʻiwa, you get to see a glimpse of the Haleʻiwa Hotel, which in its prime was a landmark for Haleʻiwa. You also heard about the Anahulu River and all of these things that are so particular to that area. And then we moved to Kaena, a little more kauna there. Aia I Kaena kuʻulei momi. There at Kaena is my string of pearls, you know, getting splashed by all of the sea spray, however you want to take that one. I'm DJ Mermaid Paige Okamura, and you're listening to Hawaiʻi Kulāiwi here on member-supported Hawaiʻi Public Radio 1. As we think of the word Kulāiwi, which means homeland or native land, almost literally it could be translated to the land of bones, as in the land where our ancestors are buried, and what that means to us, and what do we see in our mele Hawaiʻi that maybe we overlook every day. It's very easy today to listen to Hawaiian music and think about how beautiful it is without really recognizing all of the layers in one relatively short song. So one thing I want to take a look at while we talk about Kulāiwi is ka'u, because there is a saying about ka'u. There are many sayings, but one thing that I hear often is always Ina a'ole oi ike kawai palahemo, a'ole oi ike ya ka'u. So if you have not seen, which most people say seen, if you've not seen the Waiehu palahemo, and palahemo is a pool of water in ka'u, then you've not seen ka'u. But that word ike perhaps more alludes to if you do not know Waiehu palahemo. If you don't know where palahemo is, then you don't know ka'u. And Mary Kuvena Pukui is from Ka'u, and she was very proud of it. O Ka'u Ka'u. So this is the Kahauanu Lake Trio with Ka'u Nui here on HPR1's Hawaiʻi Kulāiwi.
He aloha, ku'one, hanau. Welcome Nakawaline Kaʻaiwa Nani o ki lauea Hoʻoheno I Kawai o Palahemo Ia mai awili me ke kai Me ka ua kaulana a o ha'ao Kaili o kamalini Hanohano Tauno o Punalulu I Kawai anu a o Puhau I Kaili Hana a o Koloa Mekanulu Olu a o Kawai Aina, ia mai, ka puana No ka unui I ka makani He aina, aloha na ke kupa Me na ui, a oki lauea Aina, ia mai Ka puana no ka unui I ka makani He aina aloha na ke kupa Me na ui a oki lauea
Ka inoa
The late Diana Aki with a mele titled Nani Hulihe'e, about Hulihe'e Palace in Kona. And if you're from Kona, of course you know, and if you've been to Kailua Kona, you've probably seen it. You may actually have walked by and perhaps thought, oh, this is an old looking building. It's actually Hulihe'e Palace, which was originally built by John Adams Kuakini in the Kingdom era. It was like the 1800s. And a couple people down the line, it becomes the chief residence of Princess Ruth Ke'elikolani, although she chose to sleep in her hale, not in the stone structure that you see today. You're tuned in to Hawaiʻi Kulāiwi here on member-supported Hawaiʻi Public Radio 1. I'm Paige Okamura, DJ Mermaid, and I'm very excited, albeit very nervous. This is the first episode. I get very piha ha'alulu first time things. But I'd like to mahalo all of the staff here at Hawaiʻi Public Radio for all of their very kind and gracious thoughts that I've gotten over the last week. I have so much mahalo for each and every one of you for all of your support. So we are doing a little bit of a tour of Kona, and before we leave Hawaii Island, Hawaii Mokupuni, we're gonna talk about all of the Kona, because we say Kona today as one, but there were more than one Kona. There were multiple districts in Kona, and we're gonna visit those with Kaulana Na Kona by Nahoa. You can find a full set list online at our website at hawaiipublicradio.org.
Kaulana Na Kona, Ike kuahiri, kualalai, kaumailuna. Kaulana Na Kona, Ike kuahiri, kualalai, kaumailuna. Na luna Keaulana, o kamaile, laulili, e moani nei. Huli aku hualalai, ia Kawai hai, I ke kai, Havana vana. Nana ya kailua, ki ona popo, ho o kena hopula, na awa kaulana. Lana e kamana, o ia kona, I ke kai, ma o ki ohi. Haina mai ka puana, Ike kuahiri, kualalai, I kai malino a o Kona. Haina mai ka puana, Ike kuahiri, kualalai, I kai malino a o Kona. I kai malino a o Kona. I kai malino a o
Kaulana, Ike paneva ia o ia. E maui o kamaku o ne hana, Kila kila, Ike kumai o halea kama. Hanohano, oe nā honoa o ila. Kaulana panevaia o iau. Kaulana I ke panevaia o iau. Hanohano Waiehu I ka uhiwa. I kalikoa o Kaleo. Hanohano Waiehu I ka uhiwa. I kalikoa o Kaleo.
Uncle Kawai Cockett singing Hanohano Waiehu on his album called A Traditional Hawaiian. Hanohano Waiehu is credited to David Alama and compares the rain of Waiehu, which is called the Ho'ehaili, which literally means to hurt your skin, if you think about that kind of pelting rain, and compares it to the pain of love and how love can hurt in that same way. You're tuned in to member-supported HPR1's new show, Hawaiʻi Kulāiwi. I'm your host, Paige Okamura, DJ Mermaid. I will be here with you every Sunday from 6 to 7 p.m., right before the Brazilian experience. And I have been trying my best. It's only 1 hour. Sometimes there's just not enough time to do like a broad overview of the songs that you're going to hear and the things that I'm going to be talking about in this new show. And coming up next is Uncle Kimo Alama Keaulana and Lei Hulu with a song titled Aliamanu Hula, written by Larry and Julia Arietta, about the area that so many of us still to this day call Salt Lake. But the area is called Aliamanu. And I want to bring those place names back and bring back our history that are tied to these place names. You can only find so much about Salt Lake if you look up Salt Lake, only up until we started calling it that. But if you look up things about Aliamanu, you'll find a lot more history that is a lot older than the term Salt Lake. So this is Aliamanu Hula off of the album Hula Lives here on member-supported HPR1's Hawaiʻi Kulāiwi.
He aloha no Aliamanu. He aloha no Aliamanu Noho mai ke ona ona Kukila kila ina pali He nane a mai ho ika He aloha no Aliamanu Noho mai ke ona ona Kukila kila ina pali He nane a mai ho ika He ui o na halani Ku uho me nani E ho o pulu i hane O kamali He ui o na halani Ku uho me nani E ho o pulu i hane O kamalini Kawai ka holo holo I ka pomahina lai lai I ke ia e kanani A o wahanaka Kawai ka holo holo I ka pomahina lai lai I ke ia e kanani A o wahanaka Haina mai ka puana Noho mai ke ona ona Kukila kila i na pali He nane a mai ho ika Haina mai ka puana Noho mai ke ona ona Kukila kila i na pali He nane a mai ho i kau He aloha no Aliamanu
Uncle Kimo really just wanted to be heard again. That was Aliamanu Hula, Uncle Kimo Alama Keaulana, and Lei Hulu off of the album Hula Lives. I would be a little remiss to actually not introduce this next song because yesterday was La Hoʻihoʻi, where we celebrate the return of our sovereignty. And this is actually probably a big story. I probably shouldn't have tried to just play the song. Our sovereignty that was forcefully taken away from us for a time by Great Britain. And you can look it up. We don't need to do the whole thing because I don't have enough time. 1 hour is never enough time. But La Hoʻihoʻi, Sovereignty Restoration Day, which is where that is the context behind Kauikeoli saying our state motto, Ua mau ke eo ka Aina I ka pono, which I feel like has been translated a certain way, a little bit more of a vanilla translation of the life of the land is preserved in righteousness. But if you look at the context of what had just happened, Hawaii had just had its sovereignty taken away under threat of war by Great Britain, wrongfully so. And then they go through all these steps and we get it back. So now Hawaii is no longer has cannons pointed at its harbor and we have our independence back. And that's where Kauikeoli says, Ua mau ke eo ka Aina I ka pono, because ea also means sovereignty. And the sovereignty of the land is perpetuated in righteousness by making the right decision on Great Britain's part. So I have Uncle Dennis Paval with All Hawaii Stand Together. That's the album. With Ua mau ke eo ka Aina I ka pono here on Hawaiʻi Kulāiwi on HPR 1.
Oh, now the brother is gone, and I must carry on. the mana'o be the people that we sing to. Every time we kanikapila, we just go on and on, singing of na Aina and Aloha that is gonna be gone. Oh, one day the brother told me, come on, let's make a band. We might lose everything we've got, but hopefully not the land. Then the brothers and sisters sang along till everybody knew that song. Ua mau ke'ea ika aina ika pono o ni pa'a. Ua mau ke'ea ika aina ina o pio. Started to jam at a one-night stand, the brother and I in the band. Then one morning as I was waking up by a knock on my door from a friend, he said the brother is gone, he's gone for good. I didn't know that he would. Like the ali'i, he was a brave young man, but I didn't get to talk to the man. Then the brothers and sisters sang along till everybody knew that song. Ua mau ke'ea ika aina ika pono o ni pa'a. Ua mau ke'ea ika aina ina o pio. Ua mau ke'ea ika aina ika pono o ni pa'a. Ua mau ke'ea ika aina ina o pio. Ua mau ke'ea ika aina ina o Aloha oe, Pua Almeida.
Alamai o kupuna kane, a me kupuna wahine. Hawalohe maua, ika oli, ka heka nui. O ka hikihi o koma kolume aina, tutupa ka upenana oia. O tutu wahine ke ka hikihi e ho palu one i ka lauhala. Mai o ko hanere ke mete ko e kamali au kanula ko i ka me ai ele mai kino i po mai o ko hanere ke mete ina e pono kanua noi pe we wana kau me e ike a oi i onoi a oi wo i e ku kula ano ko mea ai e ku papa a o mai
ke la mana lo ia ke ka mana lo e papo po ia ko mana o ia dai me apa no ia la o apa o ane ko le ai ai me ka ike ma pe kala ko ai ole lo ana o ha he la ko
oi ai ma mo ka helu ana oi ka helu ana mamu o ko no mamu ano akamai
E kaniana kahola, and we've already been here for an hour together. I'm DJ Mermaid Paige Okamura. Mahalo nui for joining me on this new journey called Hawaiʻi Kulāiwi. Every Sunday from 6 to 7, where we'll take a deep dive into the history and the moʻolelo of our mele Hawaii here on KHPR Honolulu, KKUA Wailuku, KANO Hilo, KHPH Kailua Kona, KIPL Lihue, and KJHF Kuala Pu'u. Collectively, the stations of member-supported Hawaiʻi Public Radio 1. I'm leaving you with Leo Oiwi, the Kiho'alu version, on Auntie Kuipo Kumukahi's album Na Leo Kama Aina o Ku'u Aina Ho'oheno, which is a compilation of a handful of Mana Leo, which I hope to bring you more of next week. Ahui ho kako.